Cut the music. George is here, and today we're going to bring to you a solo play, a starter kit scenario, starter kit 11, a long way to go. I don't know why I did put go in all caps. I guess I put go in all caps in order to remind me that the victory objective is to exit squads off the south edge of the board. So north is here. Never eat shredded wheat, which uh, kind of reminds you north, east, south, and west. Here's my little direction finder. The Germans are going to enter the board here, and basically I have the logo here of the 45th Division, um, not the 82nd Airborne, because the 82nd Airborne, although I love them and adore them, the logo is a bit of a cliche. And over here you got elements of the Hermann Göring Fallschirmjäger Division, Panzergrenadier Regiment 1. And I can turn off my video capture so you can see their logo. There it is. And basically what I'm going to do is play this scenario to the best of my ability. Let's put the little turn trackers there. And also for the Bazookas 1943, I have the two-hit table here. So I just cloned the counter and put the inverse there, and I put a label info only to remind me that this is not a real unit or a real counter that belongs to the game. So the basic objective for the Americans is to prevent an infiltration by the Germans to pass their line. So with that, on with the show. And I think the first order of business is probably, since I'm playing everything from to the best of my ability, I'm not going to do my usual shtick where I set up the attacker before the defender. I'm going to try and do something different with the scenario, if I can. So let's think about where is the best place to thwart the German attack. For example, I can have a 747 and a bazooka here with my best leader there. The reason why I would put him there is because bazooka, he can fend off any attacks from here or even there or there. As long as the German player is in a building, we can shoot at him with the bazooka, and if the shot is leader directed, they won't cower, and then I can subsequently use the squad's inherent power on another unit. So here I can very well have two attacks, and with a reasonable amount of firepower. So if you take a look at the to hit, you have anywhere between 9 to 7. So with the leadership DRM modifier, it should be reasonably well to hit. So from 2 hexes away, it would be an 8 to hit, and you have to take into consideration the temp, so that would be 8 minus 3 is 5, and add 1 for the leader would be a 6 to hit. A little bit less than average, but still just as good. And then once you hit, you got an 8 firepower attack with the bazooka, and then you can hit a second target with your inherent firepower, which would be a 6, up 3, up 2 if it's a wooden building, up 3 if it's a stone building. And here would be probably prohibitive because of the orchards, but just the same, if it's prohibitive for you, it's prohibitive to them. And you need to remember that orchards do cast I believe, a blind hex from a higher elevation. And this dude here, these units here, there's no dude. You can see them? Of course you can. Let's zoom in on the board. Let's see. You have to remember that these units here are not in open ground. They have at least a height advantage that would give them a +1 DRM. So I'm saying this would be something different because usually what I do is I try to fo- uh, try to use this building as cover. I usually have a line of defense that doesn't stretch beyond here um, and whatnot. So I think the other fellow that could very well do damage would get the 747 up here and there. You don't want to set up here because the German player can elect to come in on the advanced phase as opposed to the movement phase and just engage you in close combat. Um, well, if that would be the case with respect to the 346s, uh, if only one unit, German unit advancer, would have a 1-2 attack and he would have a 2-1, no, a 1-1 attack, which is not bad, but still, why sacrifice a unit if you don't need to sacrifice a unit? Now, speaking of setting up front, I'd like to put a 346 here because it would um, deny him this open ground, uh, and if a unit comes point blank to him, either here or there, that would mean that he would have a 6 attack, which is pretty good as well. And I'll put a 346 here. Well, yeah, why not? All right, and a squad there with a mortar. And basically, his job is to cover the tree line and make sure nobody comes through there. And in terms of the two other sixes, I can choose to have them up front or uh, I'll have them as such. I can have them as such as a rear echelon defense troops. It's not bad, and the leader's role there would be principally to prevent cowering and to um, rally units. Of course, you're better off having the units a bit like this because this orchard here would deny line of sight to this hex. All right, I think I'm happy with this setup. Not terribly happy, but happy just the same. And the reason why I'm reasonably happy is because I'm trying something new. So, with that said, with the hope of starting something new, and keeping in mind that I only have 6.5 turns to exit units. So let's look at the victory conditions just the same. The Germans win immediately upon exiting 9 or more VP off the south edge, provided the Americans have not amassed um, greater than or equal to 11 VP. So each squad exited, German or eliminated American, is worth 2 VP. Each half squad is worth 1 VP. Each -1 SMC is worth 2 VP. Each 0 and +1 SMC is worth 1 VP. And that in the advanced game is covered in Chapter A. There's a complete list of what the VPs are and how to count them. Now, with this setup here, and I'm saying that I want to do something new, um, I'm going to do a full or partial Stockberg here with 467. He's my best leader, and usually what I try to do is in the attack, as the attacker, I try to have the best leader leading the attack and the lesser capable leaders of being in the role of support where they can increase the movement of certain units and rally. So each leader type has its own role, but typically when the game starts, it's the reverse. Let's put on a thinking cap again. So back to the Grizzlies. Way to go, Tennessee. And let's continue with the German setup and give them another squad, another LMG. and another squad, and another LMG. There's a risk to doing this, a big risk. There's at least 12 and 9. So there's at least 20 firepower factors here. Okay, right? 7 times 3 is 21. Uh, and the firepower factors are the 6 and the 3. That's 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 firepower factors. And as opposed to giving him the MMG, if you give him the LMGs and 3 squads, he's a killer stack that's a killer stack of units. And what that means is that he can fire in the advancing fire phase at half firepower, whereas if I gave him the lonely MMG, he would only have a maximum of 16 firepower factors, and he couldn't fire in the advancing fire phase. And you want your best leader, that fire group, to be capable of firing in the advancing fire phase, because typically here what you're going to do is try to push forward and fire. Push forward and fire, not prep fire and exchange um, and exchange uh, exchange fire for no reason. Engage in a firefight, because it's a in order to win, it's a game of movement. You don't want to do um, something that is not too smart. Now, um, so the other thing I'm doing is I'm dividing the board in the north, or the easternmost section, the mid section, and the south, and the lowest section. So each leader takes uh, a particular vector of attack. This guy takes the center vector, the top and the bottom. All right. So for the top, I would pick someone like Steiner, and I would also seriously consider. Um, so if I use a half squad to man the MMG, I'm only going to get 4 firepower factors. So I will man the MG with a full squad and use the and use the half squads for reconnaissance. That sounds good. Okay. And Mueller will take the bottom half. All right, so let's put in some units here. Let's give at least a good squad to everyone, with Krupp having most of them. I think I need more firepower here because it's going to be difficult to take out green, and I don't want to be overstocked as well. Let's put some more squads here. Oops, we're a bit overstocked. So there's an imaginary hex grid. Okay, so let's remove all moves. Let's get started. This is the turn 1 rally phase. This was my rally phase in starter kit. Basically, all you got to do is make sure that you set up your units. Prep fire, there won't be none. Movement phase. So let's start with this unit claiming non-assault move. So 2 to there. I'm holding my fire, and 4 to there. And I'm going to hold my fire. Okay. So that was non-assault movement. Now here's another non-assault move. 1 to there. I'm holding my fire. and 2 to there. Let's let's take off that my image here so you can see the board, and you'll be able to see the dice rules. So I'm there, 1, 2 to there. Now I can fire, and I think that I should. So 6 down 1. I'm not in the open, I'm in an orchard, so I only get the first fire on assault movement. So 6 down 1, and we roll 10, which is nothing, and he final fired because he cowered. Oops, there you go. So that was a 6 attack. So the residuals are 2 in there. I'm going to go 1, 2 to there, and I think this hex is blind from here to there because of the orchard. Higher elevation. All right, so I take a 2 down 1 attack again for the residual. That's 3 on the 2, which is 3 on the 2 is a 1 check, so he needs to roll 6 or less. He pins, and now I can final protectifier. So the 4-4-7 pins, the 2-4-7 does not. I can final protectifier, but that would be a morale check on me. And since I pinned him, he's no longer of concern to me. That leads me to say that the best course of action for Mueller now is to go 1, 2, and 3, 4 to there. Does he want to final protectifier? I think in this case I should, and it will be a morale check on me, and it will be a 2 up, a 2 even shot. Okay, so let's see, 2 even, 9. He breaks. Now that is not so bad because I get to route out of there. And save myself for another day. Okay, next, this fellow is going to go 2 to there, non-assault movement, and then 4 to there. Now I have a choice of going to W7 now and then taking an advancing fire shot, or wait and advance there and subsequently defensive fire. So I would lose the opportunity to fire at least once on this stack here. So I'm going to play it aggressively. 2, 4, 6 to there. Now he will fire, and he will take a shot with a bazooka. So he's 2 hexes away. At 2 hexes away, it's an 8 to hit. Plus 3 for the 10 makes it a 5. And minus 1 for the leader makes it a 6 to hit. So let's do that. To hit 6. Let's see. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let's put it down on paper here. Usually what I like to do is write it here. So it's a base 8 to hit. Minus 1 for first fire and non-assault movement. Plus 3 for the 10. And minus 1 for the leader. Have I forgotten anything? 8 to hit. Minus 1 for first fire and non-assault movement. Plus 3 for the 10. Minus 1 for the leader. So it's a 7 to hit. All right. To hit. 4 hits. Now we got an 8 even shot on him. All right, 8 even. Roll another 4. So with a 4, that's a 2 morale check. So leader needs a 7 or less. Makes it. Now it's 2 minus 1 for the leader. So it's actually a one check, so I need 3 6s, top to bottom. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the first guy pins, the second guy makes it, and the last dude, ELR is 2, he breaks in ELRs. Alright, so last dude, ELRs and breaks, rolled an 11. Second dude made it, and one of the two pins. So it doesn't matter which one I put under a pin because at the end of the game they're identical. So one of the two pin, the other fellow made it. I just put the pin on the second fellow because they're identical and it's more convenient. All right, and he first fired the support weapon only. So you want to do this and say support weapon. There you go. Boom. And it was leader directed. All right. Here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Not worth going CX. So we're going to go non-assault movement, 2 to there. We're going to try and draw fire. 2, 3, 4. Does he want to fire? Does he want to fire? Well, I think he will declare firing with his inherent firepower. There might not be loss to this hex because Y3, the little crest. But let's see. Let's draw it and call it out. Clear. Clear. So that is a 6 down 1 attack. He's not in open ground. He's an orchard hex. All right. 6 down 1. Let's see. 4 and the 6. That's another 2 check. Okay. So right, 5 or less. He rolled an 8. And it was a 2 check. So it's actually a 10. So he ELRs and breaks. And he first fired in inherent firepower. And oh, we fired there with an 8 check, so that's 4 residuals. Keep forgetting the residuals, but it's all right. 6, 2 residuals there. So now we'll assault move to there, and assault move to there, and assault move to here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What we're going to do is again move 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Take a 2 down 1 attack. 3 on the 2. I wasn't expecting that. 1 morale check. ELRs. And breaks. And this fellow will also move to there. That's the end of our movement, defensive fire. This would be a 2 up 3 attack, which is ridiculous. We fired our inherent firepower there, but we can't fire the bazooka. He can do a 6. He can now use his, I believe, his inherent firepower at 6 up 3. Let's do it. Nope. He final fired. And Barnes doesn't have a good shot at all. Advancing fire. Now, let's remove all residuals. Now, he can fire back. And what we got here is 7 quartered. So 7 times 0.25 is 1.75 plus 7.5 plus 3.5 is a 4 attack. So 4 up 1. No, 4 even shot against them. Let's do it. 9, nothing. So they advance fired. We can do a 12 up 3 attack there. 11 on 12 is nothing. Here we got one unit that's pinned. Um, so we got a 4 attack here too. 4 up 3, nothing. Won't bother firing him. This is an 8 up 4. No, 4 up 4. Not even good. 12 up 4. Not even. 2, 4, 6 up 4. Let's do it for the fun and giggles. I think that's a 9 overall. No, 8. 8 on the 6 table is a pin check, right? So we got 2, 4, 6 up 4. A 6 attack up 4 to my dice roll. We rolled a 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 on the 6 table is missed by 1. Yeah. So that's that. Let's go to route phase and clean up the board. Now these fellows can route pretty easily back to Steiner. We only need one DM counter. But I don't think Steiner is going to wait to rally them, I don't think. 1, 2, 3 to there. Can try and go back by 1. Um, can try and go back by 1 hex, rally him, and then move up. But essentially, we would be breaking up a fire group. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try play it safe. We were audacious enough to begin with. Take his DM with him. There you go. All right, and he will route to the woods here. Now that's all fine and dandy. Now, with that said, let's go to advanced phase. And what we're going to do is we're going to advance as many units as we can. That's what we're going to do. We're going to advance one unit into the open ground, another unit here, another unit there. And here, we're going to split up our fire group into 2 groups. So he'll have to attack at 2 different places. And this unit, this unit will go there. That's an easy 4 up 1 attack. And this unit will take that stone building now, which will force him to stay DM or route again, continue routing, which is not a bad idea. So with advance over, we got come to close combat. Unfortunately, we don't have any. We can remove all the moves. And I think it's time to save a picture of our progress and remove all the pins. Turn 1 is a little bit uneventful. So what we got here is that the German player, now, as you can see, he has enough force to cause this fellow to think. Does he want to stick around? Let's turn to rally phase, turn 1 for the Americans. There's a 12 attack against him going on there. There's another 12 attack up 1 going there. And if that doesn't succeed, we have a 2 plus 2 is 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 up 1 to there. I don't know why the thing is going. I don't think these units have a line of sight there, and it's part of the orchards. Now, Vassal, I'm going to do the line of sight check for, teaching purposes. Vassal kind of notifies you that. So V9 is out of the question, and the other fellow here also is out of the question. So he cannot see these 2 units, and these units cannot see him. So the only attack he needs to worry about is this one and that one. So now, in terms of rally, we can try and rally these dudes. Oops, something really strange is going on with my mouse. I've already destroyed 3 mice. So in terms of rallying, we can try and rally these dudes, which basically we need snake eyes. 2 snake eyes. Let's rally them. 1, 2, not no good. And here we need 3, base 3, 4 for the terrain, and 5 for the leader. So all I need is a 5 or less, and I think I jinxed it. Let's see. Yeah, I jinxed it. All right, off with the DM here, and off with the DM here. This DM stays on. Oh, I could have tried to soft rally him. So let's do that. As a matter of fact, that was the first thing I was supposed to do, being that it's his face. Anyway, all right. Let's center everything here. All right, so what are we going to do? In terms of prep fire, I truly believe that I should try and eliminate these units. So first and foremost, we're going to try to take a bazooka attack on him. And this time, I need to make it leader directed because the subsequent fire uh, will be a surefire deal. All right, so uh, base 8 to hit, +3 for the tem, -1 for the leader. So uh, that would be, I believe, a 6 to hit. +3 for the tem makes it a 5. -1 for the leader makes it a 6. There you go. 6 to hit. Nope. And now we'll take a 6 up 3 attack there. Nope. So he prep fired. He tried to do his best, and he didn't succeed. And here, I think it's a question of skulking. So we'll go on to movement. And in terms of movement, what I want to do is assault move to there. So I'm denying him a target, I'm denying this fire group a target, and I'm not interested in um, in DMing them. Um, yeah, all right. I just denied him a target. Everybody else can keep their positions. They have a job to do where they're at. Okay, so let's go on to defensive fire phase. Okay, come on, guys. Quit playing with the mouse. Let's see here. So, defensive fire. In terms of defensive fire, as the German player, I want to do a 12 up 1 attack against them. That's the most important shot. I'll take it first. 7, 8 on the 12 is a 1 check, so leader first needs an 8 or less. Oh boy. Fails miserably. Actually, the ELR is 2. I rolled a 12, and it was actually a 1 check. 8 on the 12 is a 1 check. So he actually rolled a 13. So he ELRs and breaks. That doesn't break. Wounds. Breaks and wounds. So I rolled a. And let's take a wound check. He's good. And now the squad has a 1 check, so morale check. Rolled a 8, 9. He does not ALR, but he breaks. And these guys final fired. Should I fire at him again? Well, if I was Dennis, I'd fire at him again with a 4 up 1. So I'll do that. 4 up 1. Nope. A final fired and coward. And then here we have a 24 up 1. 12 doubled for point blank fire. 24 up 1. 12 on the 24 is a normal morale check. So he has to roll 7 or less. He rolls an 8, so that eliminates him. His path is pretty much clear. And this fellow here will have some thinking to do. And this guy do as well. So now I'm thinking, well, was this worth it? And is it more prudent to have a rear defense and just wait for these guys to try and cross the open ground here and here? Well, if you take that position, then the American player will soon try to go down the road as well. So is my defensive fire over? Thinking he doesn't have line of sight. He doesn't. Yeah, defensive fire is over. Let's go to advancing fire, which there will be none. Okay, and now let's go to route. So let's clean up the moves. We did, and clean up all prep and death fire. Now this fellow can route. I think they can route 6, even though the leader is broken. The leader is wounded. I think they can route to 6. I'd have to look at that up, but and I think their best route location is down here. If they try to go there, he might be interdicted by this fellow. And here it's not open ground because he still has a height advantage. So we're going to try and designate this as the route location. Okay, so that's 1, 2.5, 4, 5.5. Let's see, 1, 2.5, 4, 5.5. And now they're running scared. Oh well. That's it for the road phase, advance phase. He'll advance here to there. That's advanced there. Okay, so that is that in close combat. There isn't any. Remove all the moves and we save turn 1 for the Americans. Okay, with that done, what we're going to do is start German turn 2. And we'll start with rally phase. So we got we'll try and rally the important guy first, which is 8, 9 or less. Wow! Wow! So he half squads. Let's see, half squad and clone and send him to the Axis casualty bin. And now we got here 5, 2 6s. Rally, rally. One guy rallies. And it's a conscript unit. And I cannot believe that guy just half squatted. The American player couldn't pull a dent, couldn't pull a dent into him, but he did it to his own self. So we have some decisions to make here as a German player. Here, the leader needs a 3. Nearly made it. I can choose to take off my DM or leave it on. I'll leave it on because I want him to rally. Okay. Righty, so let's not forget it is the German player, prep fire, none, movement. So this fellow will assault move to there, and he'll take a six down one attack on him, and I'm pulling down a first fire, but it can very well be a final fire. 6 down 1 for first fire, moving in the open. So that's a 6 on the 6, which is a 1 check. He needs to roll 6 or less. He doesn't. So he first fired. It was a 6 attack, so now there's 2 residuals there. And now we'll assault move to here. And he'll do a final fire with a 2 down 1 attack. Now he cowers, so it's a 1, 3 on the 1, which is a 1 MC again. And he breaks. And there is 1 residual in there. He final fired. And now we're going to do a non-assault movement. 1 to there. And he'll take a shot because we figured out in the previous turn that he does have a line of sight. So it'll be a 6 down 1. So they final fired. And 1, 2, 3 to there. And 4, 5 to here. Now I can final protective fire, but you can final protective fire. That would be a morale check on me and a 6 even shot, +1 for height advantage, -1 for non-assault movement. It's not considered open ground. So there's some thinking to be done there. And I think that it would be prudent to attack him because we do have a valid route path to BB2. And a 6 even shot, um, 6 even shot is not a bad idea. All right, so let's do it. Six even shot. Hey, I passed my morale check. 5 on the 6. 5 on the 6 is a 1 check. So he has to roll 6 or less. He ELRs. No, he does not. It's a 1 check. I rolled a 9. My ELR is 2, so he just breaks. And it was a 6 even shot, so there's 2 residuals there as well. Okie dokie. We're going to leave the broken unit behind. Now the conscript only has 5 movement factors. So what we're going to do here, I thought we attacked them there. So there should be, oh, we did attack there. There should be at least 2 residuals there, if I'm not mistaken. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go that way. Let's go that route. Or should we not? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 4. 2 to there, 3, and 4 to there. That's all fine and dandy. These fellows are going to go double time. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And this fellow is going to go double time. 1, 2, 3, 4.5, and 6 to there. This fellow is going to go double time as well. And did I want to fire on him before I move on to another unit? It would be 6 up 1 attack, +2 for the hindrances, and -1 for non-assault movement. That seems to be plausible, but I'll wait to see what else we'll do. Yeah. So let's go double time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 to there. Now that's a 4-4-7, and it's more valuable than this dude, so I'll take an attack on him. So it would be a 6 up 1, 2 hindrances, -1 for non-assault movement. I'm rolling like a stormtrooper here. So let's put first fire here. Alright, should we go double time now? It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5. I don't like the idea of double time. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. Nope, 5.5 back to there. 5.5 back to there. And these guys are closer, so we're good. Alright. Crop and his little half squad. Jeez. We'll keep them in reserve for now. Alright, let's move these dudes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3 to there. This dude cannot fire anywheres. Yep, okay, that was my movement. It's only turn 2, defensive fire. I don't have any, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go to advancing fire. So we have a 4 even shot to there. And we'll do it, 4 even. Is it 4? It's 7 plus 7 is 14. Half of 14 is 7. So it's a 6 even shot with using the LMGs. 8 on the 6 is just spin task check, so it doesn't do anything, no effect. Oh, wait a second. Get rid of that. Undo. The advance fire. Easy to lose your train of thought when you're playing solo. Alright, and here there's a couple of broken units, but here we got let's remove all residuals. Here we have a 4 up 3 attack. That's nothing. This guy cannot attack anywhere. Alright, let's move on to route phase. Next, remove all the moves, remove all the prep, and death fire. This fellow can route to there, 2, and 4. At no time did we overstack. That's great. Geez, the Germans have to route first. Okay, this fellow has a route location over there, and he can't see any of these guys, so he can very well route to there. So 1, 2, 3 to there. This fellow can route back to there, so we can go 1, 2, 3 to there. He can voluntarily break and route, but he chooses not to. Okay, with route stand we got advance, and we'll have a little close combat there. And these guys go here. We can put the leader up above. Okay. Route phase is over. Advance phase. Oh, we are still advancing. So advance. We'll advance to there. He will advance to here. He will advance to there. And these units will advance to here. They'll wait for crop. Close combat. Here. So put that there. The German rules for ambush first. Straight up rule. The half squad, the American half squad. Difference is 2. There's no ambush. So we got a 1-to-1 versus a 1-to-2. 1-to-1. First needs 5 or less. Gets it. And a 1-to-2 needs 4 or less. He gets it. They both got it. That's not what I was expecting, but that's close combat for you. So he goes into the Axis casualty bin. He goes into the Allied casualty bin. And what is our tally here? We got 3 CVP for the Americans, 2 for the Germans. So 7 more units eliminated, and we're up the creek without a battle. All right, we remove all the moves and do our incremental save for turn 2A. Right, let's turn into American rally phase. Boink. We'll try and rally the leader first. Yeah. Wound check. Nada. Nada. Technically, I could have tried and rallied that squad first. Oh well. And in the case of the German player, he'll lose the DM. He'll lose the DM as well. He'll lose the DM. And he needs 8 or less. Finally makes it. Okie dokie. So instead of skulking, I think I'm going to attack. Because I have the firepower to attack. So let's go to prep fire, and we will try and hit him. So at 2x range, it's on base 8, plus 3 for the time it's on 5 or less to hit. Does not hit. He still has ammo because the bazooka X43, X number for 1943 is 10. I will do a 6 up 3. That would be a 7 plus 3 is 10 on this 6 table, which is nothing. And he prep fired. And we'll try to eliminate him. So that would be 6, at least 2 hindrances. 6 up 2. Let's double check it. Yep, 2 hindrances. 6 up 2. Another 9. So he prep fired. Trying to DM him from here would be impossible. This is just a learning thingy. Again, it's part of the rules. There you go. Touches the inherent terrain of the orchard, so he cannot see him. But he should be able to see him. So let's do a little bit of mortar to hit the RMs. So let's take a line of sight check, and this one is a bad one. It cuts the crest line here, so I should have known that. All right, so I'll do the to hit. Did not keep rate, and he prep fired. That said, let's go on to movement. I got no movement, do I? I do. I'm not too worried about what's happening up here. So I'm going to go do this. One, non-assault movement. Who can see me? Not these guys. I hope not. And I want to save my power to try and eliminate him. So now the other thing you can do is you could try a 12 up whatever attack, but that ain't going to do it at all. I'm pretty sure it won't. So I think that I'm going to save my firepower there, risking that the line of sight is blocked either here or by virtue of the orchard. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. So we cover. Actually, these two. It's that and that line of defense right there. Okie dokie. So we moved. He has to stay where he is, and everybody else has to stay where they are. So let's turn to defensive fire. Now, if this is where we get into a firefight, and this is what I was hoping to avoid from day one. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say is that would have I had more firepower if during the rally phase I transferred the MMG to the half squad? That would have been a 4 plus 4 is 8. Now we got a 9 plus 2 is 11. Makes no difference. And it would be easier to break the half squad. So the MMG is fine where it is with an 8 attack. So 8 up 1 against him. Because the American unit is in a stone building. 8 up 1, let's see. 6, 7, that's a 1 check, and right with the MMG. 1 morale check, he needs a 6 or less. Ha, he makes it. Let's do a 4 up 1, because we have rate. 4 up 1. We still have rate. We have a rate of fire of 2. So we roll a 4 on a 4 is another one check. 6, 7 pins. Now let's roll again. 4 up 1. 7, 8 on the 4 is nothing, plus rate. Alright, so let's attack again. 4 up 1. And this time it's nothing. Wow, what a little rate spree there. So he final fired. Now I'm pretty sure we have a 14, so a 12 up 3. And let's take a line of sight check. He's clear. He's clear. The hindrances don't matter now. So having given up this position, which is very advantageous, given that we can cover all that area, the German has taken it over. He's avoiding any hindrances and exerting firepower there, which is great. So 12 up 3. Let's do it. 7, and rate on the LMGs. So that's 10 on the 12 table. No, 10 on the 12 table, which is a PTC. So he needs an 8 and a 6 pins and makes it. So the leader pins put on top this fellow here. Rearrange things. Now let's do a 6 up 3 with the MGs. I'm telling you, the lower firepower attacks are doing better than the high power attacks. So that would be a 6 on the 6, which is a 1 check. Leader first, a 1 check. Passes, squad, he's broken. Break. Now the Americans are beginning to collapse. I guess if you're playing against the masterful tactician that is the German player, you'll fail. There's no two buts about it. All right, so here, what do we got here? 2, 4, 6. 6 up 4 ain't gonna happen. So let's do a 12 up 4. Oh no, that isn't even a 12 up 4. It's more than that. Let's take a look. There's two hindrances. 12 up 5. That's ridiculous. Let's do it. They don't cower. Was leader directed. 9 on the 12 is a normal morale check. Mueller did it, the 7-0. He prevented them from cowering. So, final fire. And we said we rolled a 9 on the 12th chart, which is a normal morale check. Leader first. Leader first. Normal morale check. He breaks, but does not ALR. I don't think. Yeah. And the broken squad, normal, makes it. Oh well. Oh, the leader broke. Yeah, forgot about that. Break. He's no longer pinned. Oh boy. Hmm. That really sucks. So on to the advancing fire, and we have none. And that's all fine and dandy. Let's go to routes. Now he can route 2, 4, 6 to there. He's not getting any closer to anybody. So 2, 4, and 6 to there. And yeah, we should have removed all move and all prep and the fire. Cleaned up the board. Mm. So we routed. There's no other units to route. Let's go to advanced phase. I'm happy where everybody is. Okay, so let's go to close combat and remove all pins and do our incremental save. All right, all right. Let's go to German turn 3. That was 2B, and now we're at 3A. Rally phase. So we have one self rally. We'll try and self rally him, 7 or less. We made it. Now what we got there? A 447 squad. There are no other units that I can rally. Um, there are no other units I can rally, and the American can rally. Now he's wounded, so his rating is down by 1 for his morale and for his DRM. So he's actually a 7. So rally for him, no rally for green, which is unfortunate. And here we need a 4 for the leader. Nope, not even. Okay, so now we really need to be on the attack. We have to try and eliminate a few people. So in terms of a prep fire, we're only going to do one, and that would be the 8 up, 1 attack here. Well, they don't cower. It was leader directed, and we got rate, and that would be a 3 on the A table, which is a K2. So this fellow's half squads, clone, put him in the allied bin, and a 2 check on that fellow. 6 back breaks. And um, actually, I did call that the entire group was firing. So I have to put everybody under a prep fire counter, but I did get right. So with the MMG, so I'll do a 4-up one again. That's nothing, no more right. He prep fired. Um, Straight to movement. That's what it's all about. That's what how to win this game. Straight to movement. So what we're going to do here is start moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, so we're going to go double time here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And one unit here will go, another unit will go double time. So CX, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Um, Now do we do a 12 even attack there? Or wait for the mortar to eliminate him? Because if he cowers, this guy, this fellow here will have freedom of movement to get out of there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the advanced phase out. But if we do not succeed in eliminating this unit, these guys are dead. So, and we do need casualties. Boy, decisions. So let's examine that again one more time. I have the opportunity to eliminate him with my mortar, and he will get a favorable -1 DRM for airburst. Alternatively, I can try and eliminate him through here, but if I cower, I'm going to give him the opportunity to move off the board. So unfortunately, this means that I'm going to have to hold my fire and see what I can do with what I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's try and play a game of maneuver here and continue with the movement. He is holding his fire. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Um, Again, the purpose of him is to guard this uh, entrance here. So let's taunt him a bit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He will continue to hold. And then here what we're going to do is try to reinforce this position. So 1.5, 1.5 to there, and 2, 3.5 to there. He's under DM. Here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops, 4 to there. And as the German player, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 turns left. So what I'm going to do is I am not going to force him to attack me. I'm going to go 1, 2, and should I go 3, 4 to there? I would have to route first. So I'm going to stay there for now. Keep a little bit of reserves. All right, here we got to go 1.5, 3, and 4 to there. And then crop is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. So the movement is over. We'll call defensive fire. And the first attack will be from here to there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away. So it will be a 7 to hit. Hit and rate. So that's a 16. So that's a 4 down 1 attack. 4 on the 4 is a 1 check against them. So I need 6 or less. He breaks in ELRs. I still have rate. So this is a little bit of a success because the German player will have to route first. A bit of a success. Now if we can get rid of him, it'd be great. So let's take a line of sight check. And it's clear, it barely hits this thing. Now is a range of 4, so it's another 7 to hit. Eight. So my hack goes there, and he final fired. Okay. So we got rid of him. Now we got to go after the unit that is highly valued, which would be this guy here. Not this guy. He's only half squad. How many points is he worth? 1. This is 2. So 6 even shot. IFT. 9 on the 6 is nothing. So if this guy were to fire 9 down 2, it would have been 7 on the 6, which would have been a normal morale check on him if he had tried to run out there. He's marked with final fire. Alright, so advancing fire phase. Very interesting. So we got here a 2 up 1. Advancing fire phase. Okay, 2 up 1. 7, 8 on the 2 is nothing. And here, what we got here is a 4, 8, 8 up 4. That's nothing. And I'm not too sure if there's line of sight. We'll take a look and see. Yep, there is. So here we got a 2 up 1. There you go. 3, 4 on the 2, 4 on the 2. It's a 1 check. Leader first. Needs a 7. Gets it. Then the broken squad needs a 7. Half squads. And the good order squad needs a 5. That's my ELR. It was a 1 check. ELRs. And breaks. So at this point in time, it's looking very favorable for the German player. All right, so that's enough of my advanced phase. Route, let's clean up the board. And this is going to be a very interesting kind of route because we need to keep in mind that the German player routes first, and that might give a chance of survival to some uh, American units to survive. Okay, so the German unit routes first. That is implausible, but this is. Okay, there you go, tutor there. Um, then he comes to the American route, and we can route 2, 4 to there. And well, technically he doesn't see him, so he can go 2, 4, 6. Alternatively, he could have low crawled to there, but he wasn't able to see. Oh, he was able to see this guy, I think. Let's see. Yeah, and that is a range of 4. And if I go to here, that's a range of 4, equidistant. So that looks to me to be a legal route. And these guys can go 2, 4 to there. And the reason why I am going that way is because um, I don't want to be surrounded by him. Um, yeah. All right. Okay. So let's go on to advanced phase. So this fellow will advance to there, and these guys will advance to here, right? And one guy's under CX, the other one is not. Let's undo that for a second. Okay, they're both the same type, so we can go here and just put one guy under CX. Um, leader, do we even want him to go anywhere? Oh yeah, what the heck. One to there, one to there, there, and Krupp is there. Um, no point not to advance up into the uh, great uh, grade 1 blue yender. Alright, close combat. Remove all the moves, remove all the pins. Not that there is any. And that's the end of turn 3. It's looking very dismal for the Americans. And let's do a incremental save, 3A. So far, um, the moral of the story has been with decent firepower, we haven't been able to be effective. But with low firepower attacks, we were more effective. So now this is the turn 3 for the Americans. We have one self-rally there. We'll roll it and do the math later. They don't rally, but their DM comes off. They lose their DM status, and then we'll try and rally the leader here, which is a 4 or less. And we have another wounded leader. Wound check. As if 1 wasn't enough, so wound. Put him on top. And here we have another rally, so it's 3 for the leader. Because he's wounded. Nope, and both of their DMs come off. Now, there's a minimum range of 3 here on this mortar. So let's zoom in on the action. So he can't fire there. And he can not only fire his... he can fire his inherent firepower as well. So we don't want to cower, so what we're going to do is fire the mortar first there. It's going to be our prep fire. We'll fire the mortar there, and then the inherent firepower there. All right, so let's see. 7 to hit plus 3 goes on the attack. So pure 7 to hit. To hit 7 does not make it. To roll the 9. And then we'll do a 6 up 2 attack there. There you go. There you go. 5 on the 6 table is a 1 check. So he needs a 6 or less. And he breaks. Right, so he prep fired. Okay, movement, I got none. So now we go to defense fire. We're going to try and see if we can have fire, if we have fire there, line of sight. I think it hits the crest line. Oh, it does not. Pure, clean, fun. Range of 8. So we got uh, 5 firepower factors. The half squad is not firing. 5 plus 2 is 7, goes to a 6. 6 even shot there. 8 on the 6 is a pin task check here. And he pins, and he final fired. Here to there, we'll do a 2 up 3. I'll try and kick him in as well. Let's see if he has line of sight. Nope. Okay, so 2 up 3, 11, but he final fired, and they're under DM. And here to there, nope, go fire there. 8 up 2, because they're CX. Alright, 8 up 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. It's another pin check, so we don't have to roll it. And he is under final fire. Oh, we forgot to rally this guy. And he loses CX, by the way. So he should lose his DM as well. No, it doesn't matter. We'll roll it for next time. Alright, we forgot. Okay, with that said, that was uneventful turn 3 for the Americans. Advancing fire, none. Rout. He can continue throughout 2, 4, 4. Let's try that again. 2, 4, 6. Alternatively, I can stay there. And will it make a difference? Let's stay there. It will make a difference. Okay. We should have removed all prep and death fire and moves. Okay. We did that. Advancing fire, advance phase, none. Nobody fired on him. That's great. And close combat, none. So let's save 3B. I hope that was 3B. So indeed it was 3B. Let's go to rally phase. Turn 4 for the Axis player. Boink. Great. Now, Axis player will try to self-rally him. Needs a 7. He makes it. And now for there's another rally here. So he needs a 6 or less. And he makes it. Okay, now let's try rally him. 7 or less. Nope. And let's try rally him. 3 or less. Nope. DM comes off. And we should have removed all pins. There you go. His DM comes off as well. All right, time to make some waves here. So prep fire. Do we want to try to get Steiner to take this guy out? Or do we want to move up on this guy and try and eliminate him? We'll do both. So we'll put him under prep fire, but not the half squad, which is a conscript, by the way, which means he only has 3 movement factors without the leader. All right, so we'll fire from here to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're firing at 5 plus 2 is 7, 6. 6 even shot again. Does not do diddly. Um, so let's take a look at the victory conditions and how far are we from attaining them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11 here for 3. So to be wise, let's go on to movement and grab our victory while we still can. So we're going to movement phase. These guys are pretty much scot-free. And if you do the math, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11 to there. So these guys can go 1, 2, 3, 4 out the door, 1, 2, 3, 4 to there and out the door during the advanced phase. So, and these guys here can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out the door. All right, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 victory point. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be another victory point. So that would be 2. And here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we've got now 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's not good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's even better. All right, so let's do that. CX. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. DMs that dude over there, which is great. And crop. They'll go double time as well. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all cool. This fellow can only move 3, so it'll go 2 to there. And this fellow here will go double time. I wish there was bypass movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Yeah, I need to. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's see what these guys have for defensive fire. So for defensive fire, we'll do a 2-up 1. No, that's not defensive fire. All right, so let's try and hit these guys because we have an acquisition. So it will be 7, 8 to hit. Hits do not have rate. Our act goes to -2, and that would be 4-up 3. Nothing. I was better off firing there, but what I'm going to do is we first fired the support weapon. Now we'll fire our inherent firepower there, which will be a 2-up 1. There we go again. 4 on the 2. 4 on the 2 is a 1 check. So Steiner needs a 7. Breaks any Lars. And the squad needs a 6. The squad makes it. So they final fired. And I don't have anybody else that can fire. I thought I fired these guys. I didn't move them. I didn't fire them. Oh, he loses his CX. Completely forgot about these dudes. I don't know why I kept them. Okay. So now what do we do? Advancing fire. We'll do a 4 up 1. 8 on the 4. Missed. And a 2 up 1. Missed the M's. All fine and dandy. Route phase. German player routes first. He'll route back to there. Keep himself nice and safe. This fellow will have to route 2, 4, and 6. He's keeping a 1 hex range to there. This guy's not under DM. Okay. And this fellow can, we should have removed all prep and def. And we can remove moves now because the only person of concern is this guy. We can keep him there. Yeah, we can. And it'd be worth our while because if we can self-rally him by some miracle next turn, he will fend off these guys. But so far, the game does not look too happy for the American player. Yeah, all right. Okay, so route phase is over. Advance for the Germans, so we'll go like so and keep him underneath that because he's CX. This guy doesn't go anywhere. And these boys are going to stay here because the woods is a death trap for the mortar. And now he will move off the board. He will move up to here, and he will move there and keep him under DM. Big mistake here. Big mistake here. The game is almost won. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I think this guy was here, so he should be there. There you go. Okay. All right, let's do an incremental save. Close combat none. American turn 4. So for the American turn 4, we're desperately trying to rally him. So I guess it would be a 3. Rally. Nearly. The M stays on. And then here we got a 7 or less. 6, he makes it. Don't forget he's actually a 7-0 because he's wounded. Put him back. But now that squad needs a 9 or less to rally because of the terrain. And he rallies. Here, 3 or less for the leader. Nope. And DM stays on because he's adjacent to this guy. Okie dokie. Okay, DM stays on there. Where it is the American rally phase, he can try and rally as well. Nope, DM comes off. And in the other cases, the DMs are stay because we are adjacent to enemy units. So So with the American term 4, what we're going to do is try and eliminate these guys. We should have tried to eliminate those guys, actually, because 4 up 2 is better than a 4 up 3. Four up 3 and 4 up 2. So we'll switch attacks and see if we can fire there. So let's take a line of sight check. And nope. Let's roll for the hit. Just lost my ack. And boom. But we can fire the inherent firepower there at 6 up 3. 10 on 6 is nothing. And he prep fired. Now, on to movement. And what we'll do for in terms of movement is we'll assault move to there. And subsequently, this fellow here will attack there at, crap, excuse my language, 2 up 3. Oh, 2 up 3. That's not good. 2 up 3, because it was an assault move. -1 +1 for the CX. God canceled each other out. So let's do it in any case. We might get lucky. Nope. Really broke everything. Final fired. And here we'll have a 6 up 4. Nope. All fine and dandy. And an 8 up 1. 8 on 9, it's just a pin toss check. And passes. And nothing there. Here. So here we got a 9. 8. 8 up 1. Surefire deal. 8. As far as 12. Let's do a fire group and do a 12 up 1. The cower. So 7 on the 8 table is a 1 check. So he needs a 6 or less. He's done 4. So onto the casualty bin. And they final fired. No use having that there. Awesome. Now, why did I move where I moved? Along the tree line. I have no idea. So defensive fire phase is over advancing fire. Now, this is an interesting attack. Should I fire here or there? So this is 2 points, and he needs 2 points. And these guys will have to go out that way. So they're going to be in a bit of a bind. So there's 2 points here. And he'll be able to get off in the movement phase. And here we have 2 3 points. But he'll have to assault move there and then advance out to make it out. So my best target is this place here. And you have to recall that these guys have assault fire by the underlined firepower factor. So that would be a 4 even attack. He's a 7-0. Alright, 4 even attack. We'll do that. 5 on the 4. 5 on the 4. Table is a 1 check. So he needs to roll a 6 or less. And he breaks, which is really sad. So I think overall, in this case here, green did the right attack, because if he didn't, during the movement phase, he would be off. Now this guy has to survive another attack to get off and give the victory point. The other thing that's interesting is that what's happening to this flank. It's completely debilitated, and I completely forgot to move these guys because I was eager to get to eliminate the mortar. So um, I'm in a bit of a pickle, I think, but we do have 3 turns left. So that was turn 4B, more or less, the crux of it. So let's go to route phase, remove moves, prep, and def, and any residuals so that there aren't any. Okay, the American player routes first, he will route there. Now, the closest cover for the um, German unit is here, but once he moves adjacent, he'll have to route back to there, but back in the open, which is not good. Uh, shall we advance? Can advance in the open, which would necessitate him to route away, probably this way. And if he routes off the board, he's effectively eliminated. Um, yeah, decisions. I think I'm going to keep my position. I like the +3 cover. So advanced phase, nothing. Close combat, nothing. Remove all the moves, do our incremental save of 4B, and we move on to turn 5. So let's turn the wheel to rally phase, turn 5 for the Germans. We have 3 turns left. Actually, including this one, 3. All right, so in terms of rallying, we have 1 self-rally that we can do. This guy's pretty much out of the game. He's not, and these guys are in dire straits. So um, let's try and self-rally him. He needs 7 or less. Makes it. Cool. Uh, he should not be under CX, I don't think. Well, maybe he is. All right, that's good. Now we can try and rally him. He makes it. And now we'll try and rally our broken leader for 3. Nope. He nearly killed himself. His DM comes off. And his DM can stay on, or we can leave it. We'll take it off. And the reason why I want to take it off is I want to self-rally, even if I'm not in self-rally terrain. And he'll have to fire at me in order to DM me. Now, the whole point of moving there, I guess, was to eliminate the mortar. And once I eliminate the mortar, I can try and double time myself out from the upper edge of the board, the upper echelon, as opposed to the center. My center, if you think of this as Army Group A, B, and C, Army Group C has done better than the historical counterpart. C, not so bad. And Army Group A has not reached Leningrad, although we are playing in Sicily here. Yeah. All right, so my turn, my rally phase, it's done. Let's go to prep fire. Are we going to prep fire or move? Well, we want to get rid of the mortar, so we'll try and do it. Because using these guys to move up here is a bit suicidal. So let's see what we can do. All right. Okay. All right. So 8 up 1. Let's do that. 9. Not good. Prep. And then we have E6 up 1. There it goes. 6 on the 6 is a 1 check, needs 5 or less. And he breaks. He breaks. And he prep fired. And I'll be a monkey's uncle if I prep fire anybody else. Exactly. All right, so conscript unit that's going CX. I have a little chart, and you have a little chart as well in your starter kit stuff. So CX MMC ordinarily would be a a 6 with 0 portage points, but subtract 1 MF for all cases for inexperienced penalties, so that would be a 5. Something doesn't make sense. Ordinarily, they can move 3 plus 2 is 5. Yeah, okay. All right. So let's see what we can do here. All right. So the 467 will drop the MMG, okay, and go double time 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. The conscript is going to go double time for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to there. This one was dropped. He loses his CX and it's going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Steiner is going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. And now the important shot here is this dude here will assault move to there. And we'll take a 6 down 1. And 6 down 1, we got a 9 on the 6, which missed by 1. I think that's the game. We'll just put first fire there. And he cannot fire again because he only moved 1 firepower factor. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And it says upon exiting 9. So all I need is 1 more. And for the casualty VPs, we only got 3, which is great. All right, so let's see what we got here. He first fired. He's under DM. All right, and that was movement. Defensive fire. We already took our defensive fire. There's nobody adjacent to him. This unit is closer. So it really doesn't have a fire. Okay, advancing fire. We can fire back. Nah, not really. Here, we can do a 4 up 2. That's reasonable. 7 on the 4 is a pentas check, which ain't going to do anything. So let's just advance it to route phase. And they can, let's remove moves, and I'll prep and def fire. 2, 4, and 6. Let's go to advance phase. Boom, crop is off. And boom, 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 boom. And with crop off, that's the game by turn 5. So we got, this doesn't count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only needed 9 victory points to win as the Germans. We did not amass 11 victory points, unfortunately. And I think the Americans in this case were annihilated, more or less. There was a lot of bad luck in terms of rolling boxcars for units in their rally attempts. I've never tested this. Let's see. So my overall rolling average was 7 1/4. Morale checks were really horrible compared to the average. Close combat attacks, there was one close combat attack there that kind of eliminated everybody. When you're playing solo, you're a victim of your own success. Rallies were not bad. 2 hits were horrible. Task checks were horrible, and so was morale checks, as noted before. Uh, we rolled quite a few boxcars with respect to. Let's turn on back the video. I rolled quite a few boxcars in trying to rally these guys, both the Americans and the Germans, but principally the Americans and the American leaders being wounded as such. I mean, uh, it really did horror to them. Yeah, and then by turn 3 or 4, the Germans were all over the place, doing the good old scrambola, trying to reach the beachhead. In this case, the Germans would have reached the beachhead or objective. Maybe I would recommend that you play this with the American balance. I'm not too sure. Let's just check the website and see what's going on with A Long Way to Go S11. So A Long Way to Go so far has 43 German wins, 28 American wins. This is another win for the Germans. German balance, other balance, American balance, none, 1-1. Comments before war, the list meisters did not collect the information on balance. Rohr took the conservative approach and entered all data inherited from the previous list meisters as balance unknown for both sides. Any large, okay. Recommendations, average recommendation 6.12, reported by 41 players. So it kind of favors the Germans. So I would say if you're selecting this scenario in a tournament, I would either select Germans, or if you're playing on the Americans, insist on the Americans having the balance. And I'm not too sure how it would fare with the balance. I think that with a little bit of luck and a little bit more of a conservative approach in the defense, the Americans can do some harm to the Germans. And I did a full Stockberg. At least 2 of my leaders had a good stack of units. Mueller here with 7-0, being more of a mule than anything else, and Krupp being the killer stack with the LMGs leading the assault. That was really great. Never played this game like that before. I am presently playing this scenario with Monty, and if he gets to see my German strategy, he might come up with some creative attack, but a creative defense is playing the Americans. But we'll see. Yeah, I certainly had fun playing this scenario. Every starter kit scenario is a bit fun, but when you're playing the advanced game, you kind of get used to a lot of things that don't exist in starter kit, unfortunately. Like yeah, like bypass movement, for example. Sniper. That's the other stuff that's really fun. They pop up a lot in my games. So, anywho, that's more or less it. It's nearly 2 hours of pure fun, and again, I'm seeing the channel grow. I'm seeing a lot of interesting new subscribers of all age groups and genders and what have you. I think that when it comes to gaming, there are no borders and barriers, um, and it's all good. And on a personal note, I did survive the Quebec Montreal ice storm. I was one of the fortunate ones that only had to go about 24 hours without electricity. Um, and in the meantime, I picked my stuff and moved to better pastures. And I am looking at the site for Canadian pepper and whatnot, and I have a little everyday carry now. with a lot of useful stuff in it. And maybe I'll do a video about what I have in my everyday carry. Uh, and yeah, it'll be interesting. So with that said, have a great weekend. Happy Easter to the folks that are celebrating this weekend, the the Orthodox Easter, which is usually 1 week after the Catholic Easter or the Protestant Easter. It always pays to celebrate both because you get to eat lamb on the second holiday. So there you have it. Take care and the best of luck to all of you. Bye for now.